guys, welcome back to my channel. So if you guys can tell by the title of today's video, I'm going to show you guys some tips and tricks that I've been using for my acne prone textured skin. Ooh, that's a mouthful. Now a lot of these tips and tricks are pretty easy and you probably heard of them before, but for those that haven't, this one's for you. Now I know that a lot of you guys have noticed that my skin has been clearing up, and it definitely has. I don't get a lot of the really big cystic acne that I used to get. I still get little small breakouts and I am very red. I have really big pores and I still have a lot of like bumps due to the fact that I would pick my skin and it would create a scar. If you guys can see, I'm very red on this area. I have a lot of little zits right here, and right here. But like I said, it's not like the really big ones that I used to get. Now this is what I do. Everybody's like routine is different and it might not work for you, but I thought again, like, why not share what I have been doing with my makeup routine. And before I get into this video, I really want to give a shout out to Juno Co for sponsoring this video. We are using the Moonshine Miracle Cream today, and I'm gonna give you a little bit of information right now. Again, this is the Moonshine Miracle Cream, and this is a moisturizer that also acts as a primer. Soften, brighten, and minimize your pores. The packaging literally looks so luxurious. She looks like this, and then you just like slide her out, hold on, like this, and she's really pretty. You guys can see the packaging is so pretty. It says you got it glowing on. She looks like this. It definitely reminds me of space. I really like the packaging, and she's pretty heavy. Now this baby retails for $35, and the amount that you get in this is 45 grams. She smells really nice, not a really strong fragrance. And this is the cream. So you guys can see, it definitely is a moisturizer, but she also acts as a primer. Now she also has hyaluronic acid and avocado oil. Now hyaluronic acid is really important if you have like combo to oily skin or dry skin. Actually, it doesn't even matter what type of skin you have. I think it's really important that you have like some type of hyaluronic acid in your skincare routine. What it does is it helps retain the moisture in your skin. It also has avocado oil, which has vitamins A, D, and E, hence why it softens the skin. Since this miracle cream hydrates and primes the skin, you can wear it alone with no makeup, or you can wear it underneath your makeup as a primer. But before we prime the skin, first step is getting your skincare down. You have to have a really good skincare routine to ensure that you're going to have a really nice clean base, especially on us girls that are textured and acne prone. Which leads me to step number 2, this baby right here. Primer is super important to have a really nice base. Now I know a lot of people feel like they don't need primer. I actually started really noticing the difference when I utilize a primer on my skin type. And if you guys have watched any of my videos, you guys will know that I really love hydrating primers, which is really nice that this has hyaluronic acid in it. So I'm going to take a little bit of this on my hands. Now since this is like a cream that you dig your hands into it, you want to make sure that you're going into it with clean hands so you're not like spreading bacteria into your stuff. So I am going to put a little bit on my face. Oh my god, I'm gonna put this on my chin area, and she feels so good. Oh my god, I can already see the blurring fit, and that's what you want in a primer, because if you guys know, I have really giant pores, so it's really important that I get a primer that blurs my skin as well as moisturize my skin. So because my skin has been clearing, I noticed that my skin has changed a lot. I noticed that my skin tends to get a little bit more oily versus how it used to be, which was dry. So I don't mind using a hydrating primer even though my skin is oily, and I'm going to tell you guys why. When you have acne prone skin, in my experience, I noticed that when I would use a mattifying primer and a mattifying foundation, it would emphasize my like pores and my acne that I already had. Like, it just looks so not good, you know what I'm saying? Which leads me to step number 3, your foundation. Like I said, yes, I'm oily, but I like a hydrating base, and the foundation that I've been really loving lately is the Anastasia Luminous foundation. I like to mix two. I use 220 and 240. I mix both of them. Now, using a luminous foundation on acne prone skin, it's just gonna give you more like a natural without emphasizing your texture too much, because again, like I said, if you are using a mattifying foundation, it's just gonna like emphasize all of your texture, and I don't want that. Now again, remember that this is my foundation routine, and you can use whatever foundation you want. And this is like my personal like opinion. I just feel like when I'm using like mattifying foundations, it does not look good on my skin. And what I will do is I will mix both of them and I will just dot it all over my face. Now remember, you want to make sure that you have clean hands to do this with. And then I'm going to start blending this out. Now I like using a sponge, a damp sponge. You can use a brush. I just really like a sponge. I know a lot of people like using brushes when it comes to putting on their foundation because they feel like it won't soak up a lot of the product, which I kind of feel like that's true. I'm not really sure, but like I like using a sponge. I feel like it just gives me the best natural finish on my skin. Now the Anastasia foundation is medium to full coverage. Now, again, you can build this foundation if you want. I'm actually gonna take a little bit more foundation because either way this foundation is not as heavy. Now the reason why I do not use a full coverage foundation, which I could use the Too Faced one if I wanted to, but I'm not going to, is because again, I feel like I have this theory, right? If I use a medium to full coverage foundation, I could use more. Does that make sense? Versus using a foundation that is full coverage, where it's just way too much. That's my theory. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. You can tell me down in the comments if I'm just crazy, but like that's my theory, you know, and I'm sticking to it. Concealer. So I like to use two. I take the Fenty Beauty in 230 and the Benefit Boy Cakeless Concealer, Boing Cakeless Concealer in number 4, and I like to mix these two. So I will actually use the Boing Concealer right in the inner corner like this to brighten that inner corner, and then I'll take the Fenty one because it's a little bit darker, and I'll put this one out here like so. And now since my base has kind of like covered all of my redness, if you guys can see, I won't use a lot of concealer. I like to take the Fenty one right here, and right here. Now, when you are acne prone, if you have acne on your forehead or in like these areas, you kind of don't want to highlight. I still do because I like it. But when you're highlighting certain areas, it could emphasize your texture. But it's really up to you however you want to do it. I still highlight, so I'm gonna highlight these areas. I also stopped highlighting my nose because if you guys notice in the beginning of the video, my nose is extremely red, and I noticed that lately not lately, I've always noticed this, that foundation does not stick on my nose. So it's like, why am I gonna layer like another like concealer or anything or highlight my nose if I already know that when I go in it with like a highlighter or concealer or whatever, it's just not gonna stick and it's gonna make it super patchy. So I stopped highlighting that area, and honestly it just makes me feel better because I think it looks better. Now if you want to conceal, what I like to do is just take my Fenty concealer because it looks like my foundation shade just a little bit. And what I'll do is I put some in the back of my hand and I pick it up with my clean finger, and whatever areas that I want to like have more coverage, which right now I feel like I'm okay, but this pimple right here is really bothering me, and this one right here and this one, I'll go in and just like put some on there and then blend it out a little bit with my finger, or you can just use a little brush to do that with and then blend it out. I will say this, and this is just being honest because I've noticed this with my skin, when you have like pimples like these ones where they're like little bumps, it's kind of hard to like hide those because they're lifted like pimples, you know what I'm saying? They're lifted, they're popping out so you can see them. The best that you could do is if they're red, you can just conceal them. Your whole face can just be one color. Another thing, I'm pretty sure I'll get asked this, is why I don't color correct. Now I don't color correct because I feel like that's another unnecessary layer of product on top of my skin that I do not need. For me personally, again, I don't want to look dry because I just know that will emphasize my skin. So due to that reason is why I do not color correct or use like a green corrector, because I just think like as long as I have a pretty decent foundation that covers my redness, I'll be fine. Also, as well as having a good like full coverage concealer. So now before I set my under eyes, I actually like to cream contour. Now I found that cream contouring on my like acne prone skin gives me more of a natural finish. So that's why I cream contour, and also it prevents me from using too much contour, which I feel like using a lot of powders on my type of skin, again, it's just going to emphasize my texture. So I rather cream contour because I feel like it's more natural and it blends into my foundation as well, versus just like setting my entire face, which I actually don't do, and you will see right now. So I'm gonna take the Huda Beauty cream contour, which is in Fair, and I'm gonna take it on this Anastasia 830 brush. And what I like to do is, oh my god, I used to go so crazy with the contour and bring it all the way down. No, I like to keep it literally right here in this little area, just like that, and then I'll bring it upwards, and then I'll literally take the excess product off on the back of my hand like this, and then I'll start blending it upwards to my concealer, and it just gives you like a really nice gradient. Now it looks crazy on camera, but you will definitely see right now what I'm talking about. I'm just gonna do that to the other side, because of course your contour is always up here. I mean, a lot of people bring it down here. You can do as you please, but if you guys can see, I have a lot of like scars from my acne. I do not want to emphasize them even more, so I am just gonna keep this contour right here, and then I will blend it upwards right now. And when it comes to like cream products like this, I don't like to go in circular motions. I like to just pat my skin like this, and it kind of just blends itself out. I just love this cream product so much. It just looks so nice and natural. With my beauty sponge, I'm going to go in and then blend that out, and it gives you like such a natural finish. I'm in like such a teaching mood today. I hope you guys really learned some tips. Again, like I said, I don't do anything to my nose area, because if I was to contour my nose area, it would move the product, and like my nose area, just for some reason, like the foundation just like doesn't like to stick, so I'm not gonna contour my nose. Now there's two setting powders that I like to use a lot, which I feel like these two powders give you the best blurring effect on your face, which is the Laura Mercier translucent powder and then Fenty Beauty's butter powder. I love these so much. I think today I might use the Fenty one. So what I like to do is I pick up the product, and then I'll tap off the excess on the back of my hand. I picked up way too much, and then I'll go in and I'll set my under eye like so. If you guys have watched my videos, you guys would know that I do not bake ever, because I try to utilize the least amount of powder on my skin due to the fact that it will just emphasize it, you know what I'm saying? So I do not bake at all. I will just set my under eyes and I will push the product in. Now if you are an oily person, you could go ahead and set your entire face. Now yes, I'm oily again, since my skin has been changing. I will set my chin area, bottom of my nose, and around my nose area, skipping again the bridge of the nose, and then my forehead area like so. Now I'm leaving all of this area alone. Again, I don't like to use a lot of powder on my face. Another step is utilizing a setting spray when you set your makeup with powder. What this will do is it will melt all of your products into your skin. So I'm going to use the Urban Decay All Nighter setting spray. Spray your face. I'm gonna take a bronzer, which I actually use for a contour, but it's actually a bronzer. This is by Milani. It's the Sunlight Silk Matte Bronzer. And again, I like to keep this product up here, and this is actually the portion where I will go in like circular motion just a little bit, but I'll also tap it into my skin. I can get the most pigmentation, but I won't utilize too much of this product. And again, I will keep it literally right here instead of bringing it right here, because I do not want to emphasize my big ass pore. And I just want to emphasize too with you guys, I keep saying emphasize, that's a really good word, I like that. It makes me feel like I'm smart, but I want to emphasize that it's okay to have texture, and it's okay to have scars, and it's okay to want to wild out with your makeup. Don't ever feel like you can't do that. Yes, I'm giving you guys tips for your base, and hopefully they help out, but please don't ever feel like you can't go ham with your contour, or you can't pack on a lot of foundation. Like, do as you please. I'm done with giving you guys some wise words. I'm going to keep contouring my face, just utilizing a little bit of this because I already have a cream contour down, and I really like the cream contour. Now these two tips that I'm about to tell you guys right now are actually tips that I learned from Miss Alyssa Ashley. What I like to do is I actually been using the crap out of this Laura Mercier Devotion Face Illuminator, and it looks like this. Now this has a bit of color. It's kind of like pink. It's really pretty, but it's like more of a subtle pink. What I will do is I already wet my face with the setting spray again. That is going to intensify your highlight. You want to place your highlight right here in this area instead of going all the way down here where it's going to emphasize your pores and your texture. You want to put it right here. And so what this is going to do is, I'm going to show you right now. I just want to add a little bit more. When you face forward, you can't see that I have highlight, right? But when I turn this way, you can see my highlight. So what this did for my face was Again, I keep saying it over and over again. I have texture right in like my cheek area because that is where I used to break out so much. And I used to put highlighter all the way down here and it just used to emphasize the crap out of it. And it just looked not good, you know what I'm saying? So picking up that tip from Melissa really worked for my like textured skin. And so I just put my highlight like way up here. You don't see it. You see it. You don't see it. You see it. You know what I mean? And I just like, this is literally my favorite freaking tip and part of my foundation routine or like whole routine that I really love to do. And then I still highlight my cupid's bow and I do not highlight the bridge of my nose. The second tip that I learned from Miss Alyssa is blush. Now what I've seen her do is that she'll actually put her blush, instead of putting it right in the apples of the cheek, she actually puts it right by her contour. And the reason why I would do this is so it won't emphasize my pores. But okay, I am done with my base. I'm just going to finish off my face with the Smashbox Photo Finishing Setting Spray. I'm gonna do my basic as lip combo, which is mixing Coffee and Kiss and Frenchie from Morphe. These are lip liners. Obviously, they look like pencils. And I'm just gonna actually line it. Like, look at how crusty my lips are. I am so sorry that you guys have to witness this. And then the center, I like to pop on No Shade. This is like the lip combo I use in all my videos. If you're tired of seeing it, you know what? I'm tired too. And then I'm taking Rimmel's Seduce Me lip gloss, which is a clear lip gloss. And I am topping that in the center. And I'm going to take the Benefit Roller Lash and I'm going to run this through my lashes. So we're in October already and I am so happy because, did I say that in my last video? I'm turning really old. I'm not even gonna tell you guys. I'm just not gonna tell you guys, all right? You guys don't need to know my age. Okay, I'll tell you. I'm gonna be 27. I'm actually really happy for my birthday. Every time my birthday comes around, I'm like, man, why? You know what I'm saying? But this time I'm actually really excited and I'm just happy it's fall. Like I said, I like this time of the year because it just gets like, I just feel really lovable, you know what I'm saying? All right, you guys, so this is my finished base. I really like how she came out. Now again, everyone's skin is very different. These tips might not work for you, but I feel like they will work for some, you know? And practice makes perfect. So you might not get it down the first time, but as long as you keep practicing, you will get the hang of your like makeup routine. And again, shout out to Juno Co for sponsoring this video. If you guys want to check out the Moonshine Miracle Cream, I will leave the link in the description down below, as well as all the products that I use in this tutorial. Thank you guys so much for watching and I will see you guys in my next tutorial. Bye guys.